grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only war. On the ragged edge of the Ultima Segmentum, where the Astronomicon's holy light gutters like a dying candle against the encroaching void, here we lie at the border of the Ghoul Stars. On this border lies the production world Malm-R 1. Once a temperate colony of sweeping jungles and hopeful promises, it was claimed by the Imperium for the extraction of rare earth minerals. Little, however, was found. The administration marked it for quiet abandonment, merely another footnote in the endless ledgers of forgotten worlds that would be filled and placed into the endless bureaucracy of the Imperium. Then came the Aurelian Sand, a fine powder harvested from the planet's vast merciless deserts. This iridescent grit proved a priceless resource as it became the makeup of the finest lenses for last weaponry and augmented optics needed in ever greater quantities by the realm of man. Factories rose up like iron cathedrals across the shifting dunes, and the colony swelled into a bloated hive of labor and faith. Its growth limited only by its isolation on the border of a realm of nightmares. Here, the cold rays of a dying sun blaze across the horizon as the jungle belt is cleared away for the spreading of dry deserts, and many stories of the horrors of the Ghoul Stars bleed through here. Governed by the iron will of Alabaster Rise, Malm-R 1 now stands upon the precipice of annihilation. From the polluted and choked skies descends the green tide. Orc warlord Iron-Faced Scalawaba has chosen this world as the anvil upon which he will forge a mighty war. A savage crusade of scrap, fungus, and unending violence that threatens to drown the entire sector in blood and bellowing laughter should it manage to arise. The greenskins come not merely to conquer, but to loot, to smash, and to build a ramshackle empire of wreckage upon the bones of the Imperium's faithful. There is no glory here, only duty, only the thin, desperate line between the Imperium and oblivion. Arrayed against the Orcish onslaught stands the planetary defense force of Malm-R 1, the weary, under-equipped Aurelian desert militia forged in the blistering heats of dust-choked trenches, and, by the Emperor's veiled mercy, a ragged but battle-hardened regiment of the Astra Militarum. These soldiers were meant for rest and reinforcement, not another meat grinder on a forsaken rock. Yet they will stand, they will kill, and they will die screaming the Emperor's name if that is what the throne demands. Here, you are the defenders of Malm-R 1. Whether you serve as a hardened PDF trooper, conscripted laborer pressed into the line, desperate officers of the War Council, or the grizzled veterans of the Guard Regiment, the green tide must be met. The city of Malm-R Prime must hold long enough to be evacuated of the priceless Aurelian sand stockpiles, or the world will fall, its resources feeding the beast that hungers for battle beyond this sector. There will be no reinforcements, there will be no heroic deliverance from on high, only last fire in the burning sands, chain swords carving through green flesh, and the cold knowledge that your sacrifice may buy the Imperium one more day of rotting endurance. The Emperor protects, but on Malm-R 1 even his protection is measured in blood. Welcome to the campaign. Now with the introduction out of the way, allow me to explain. The players of this campaign will play a double role as battlefield commander, making the overall decisions of the war effort, and also the characters who will be making the hard choices. After all, this will be a campaign where many will die, and that includes the PC. Speaking of which, the other role that the players will be taking on is the boots on the ground, the men and the women holding the line. Each mission will be needed to be completed in order to give even the smallest chance for the battle line to hold. However, secret story objectives that are found and met will alter the course of the story drastically, as there are in fact more than meets the eye in the sands on Malm-R. Allow me to introduce the battlefield. This is the map on which we will be playing, drawn by yours truly, which I'm sure that you can tell. Going from left to right, I will introduce what our defenders are standing their ground for, and eventually, if they manage, will have to traverse in order to rid the world of Warlord Skalawaba. This is the command bunker, the seat of where the field commanders are located, as well as the precious resources. With every engagement, more and more will be ferried off-world. This place is incredibly heavily defended by Imperial fortifications, and in the worst circumstance, this will be the last holdout on the planet. Next on is the city of Malm-R Prime, made out of a bloated city built in between the large cathedral manufactorums. This place is a sprawl that can quickly degrade into fierce urban combat should the battle line fall here. Rumors have it that in this place, off-worlders wearing strange garbs has been seen conducting business here, and who knows how that will play into the war. South of the city is where the remains of the sea lies. As currently it is more akin to a semi-dried marshlands of polluted water and swamps. This place is where hardened criminals and the unwanted of imperial societies hide from the law of Governor Rice, and this place is surely to become a toxic nightmare that only madmen would ever attempt to traverse. Or orcs. To the north of Malm-R Prime lies a true life node of the planet. Vast refineries are built on top of old imperial machines brought along with the old colony, and it is in this place that much of the water for both consumption and production is treated and recycled. Any orcs balls finding purchase here would create a situation which would accelerate anything that happens in the war. To the northeast of the city lies the Pillar of Martyrs. Rising like a broken tooth from the heart of Malm-R, largest desert basin, is the Pillar. A colossal wreathed obelisk covered in high-faded Gothic script, listing all of the names of those who died here along the original colony. The base is ringed by the skeletal remains of a small shrine complex, its altars long since stripped by scavengers. Some claim that those who touch the stone and recite the litany of endurance feel a surge of unnatural resolve, though others simply collapse from heatstroke or despair. The pillar's shadow grows longer and darker as the war draws near. Before we reach the trenches in the middle of the map, there is the muster point Alpha. This is where the Imperial forces for now are being focused and redistributed as needed alongside the current battle line. Holding this will be absolutely vital, as much military hardware is stationed and made ready for use, and just imagine what will happen if the Greenskin manage to get a hold of such a powerful staging ground early in the war. Then there are the trenches themselves. Miles upon miles of dock trench network, barbed wire, minefields, kill zone, improvised bunker houses, and much, much more. This place is where the blood is expected to be spilled, be it Imperial or Orc. Beyond the trenches lies the wild and untamed parts of Malm-R. What remains of the jungle belt has become a shroom-infested green hell where Orc warbands gather and muster for crumping. To the south, vast canyon has the green tide pouring from them, along with the big mecha yard to the furthest southeast. The north of this part of the planet had turned into a fuel yard for Orc mechanized forces, and the tallest mountains to the far east is where the rook that brought Warlord Skalawaba here in the first place lies. Come and join in to this battle, and hey, maybe I'll see you there as a soldier. Let me know what you think and what you would like to see, and hey, this is going to be a fun project, so have fun and I'll see you there, and let me know if you want to join. Bye bye.